It's the king. King. Oh, I wasn't meant to press that button. All right, let me do that again. All right, one second. All right, rolling a 3, 2, 1. It's the king. King J back with another video. We're in a different location. We've got another Teach Me episode with an amazing Lidia player that we... Hey, let me introduce you before we do the fighting. Hold on. We've got an amazing Lidia player that we saw in one of the Tekken World Tour tournaments that, yeah, the gameplay was so breathtaking. I was like, look, that is the guy to teach me Lidia. We have none other than LeeMishima. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming here, Kim. We are going to do a Lidia Teach Me.
Thank you very much for coming on, man. So, I wanted to ask you a few things. What do you think about Lidia in Tekken 8?
Well, I started to using Lidia because, well, she was a new character and I like to use a lot of characters, even in tournaments. And so, on those moments, you see me in the punishment was just the character that I was playing in that moment. It's not that I consider this character as a main character, and I actually stopped playing her like 2 or maybe 3 months ago. So,
Okay.
well, but in that moment I did really well in the Master, the Punishment 3 in Bolivia. I also win another tournament, so I was checking here because in Tekken 7 I actually play also in tournaments and I really like her, but in this game I think she's really different. I don't think she's a really competitive character, being honest. In the first two, she can be fine. You can mix the opponent, but I think she's risky. But just doesn't have the frames or the tracking to be that competitive. That's why you don't see this character too much.
Ah, okay. So you think in her first two, she's great, but then outside first two, she's not good.
First two is okay. I wouldn't say great, but you can win. You can win.
I mean,
I wouldn't say she's bottom 5, but almost. I would say she's within low or mid tier.
I mean, you won a tournament with this character. So, like, what was going through your mind picking this character if you feel like she's not that great?
No, it was the moment because she was quite a new character, so I wasn't very sure if she was a good or a bad character, being honest. And in the moment, I also win the punishment. I fought a lot versus players that I already know how to play because they was South American players. I actually had a dojo next day of the punishment, and the first match, let's say, was versus Tibetano, the Spanish top player, and I say, wow, that is really hard. In that case, I would pick Lee Chaolan or another character, but if I really know the player and I see that he doesn't feel very well in the matchup, well, why not?
Yeah. Okay.
The character was new, so I would say nobody have enough time to really love her, being honest. When I play, let's say in the Tiger Uppercut, the last master, I play versus Need for 2 hours. I try Lydia and say, nah, the character doesn't work.
Now that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, fair enough. So let's go over like a few things. So I want to go over her key moves, like without stances. Like, what's her key moves without stances?
Yes, the neutral. I think she has 5 moves that I consider the most important moves, and then she has the rest.
Okay.
Let's start. DS1, DS2,
Yeah.
DS3, back 1,
Okay.
and forward 4. Those are the 5 key moves to play this character on the neutral.
Okay.
Why? DS1 is your mid, more fast mid poke to check the opponent and also have tracking to the left. That is very important because this character doesn't have really good tracking.
Okay.
So use DS1 and also have extension. The mid high is natural and she has a mid option. The on counter hit is launcher.
Oh, okay.
Also on counter hit is combo. But the second hit when it hits is a launcher. You can delay the second hit, so sometimes you can throw it, but most of the time, the idea with this character is you use something and you see how the opponent reacts. So do DS1 and block, do DS2 and block, do DS3 and block, and see how the opponent reacts.
Okay.
Next one, DS2. The second most important move, I would say, with DS1. Well, there were 2 most important moves, I would say. Why? DS1 had tracking to the left, and DS2 had tracking to the right. That's important to cover the tracking problems of this character. DS2, the idea is when you use this move, you go into a stance and you are 0, but she doesn't have really good tools to use in this stance. That 0 is quite a fake 0 because the most fast move that you have is 3 and it's a 30 frame. So most of the time, 99% of the time, I would say when you do DS2, you have to block. You have to block and react. Very important when this hit on counter hit, you can hit confirm that. That is super important to do because it's the move that has tracking to the right, and you can hit confirm that. It's not that hard. The most important thing that you have to keep in mind is you do the DS2 and you hold back. You hold back because you want to react to the opponent if he press or no. If you see hit on counter hit, then you mash the 3.
So down forward 2, if you see that counter hit, you don't do 3.
The 3, yes.
Okay, nice. And then like, let's talk about like, so you talked about like the key moves in neutral. What are the moves that like, so what's her stances? Because I know she has like this one, she has this one here, like she has how many stances?
3 stances and the hit stance.
Okay. So like, what moves transition into her stances that are useful?
Well, it depends if you want to use something on neutral or like a block bonus. DS2.
Yeah, DF2.
442.
Yeah.
Damage 3. I would say those are the most important tools. Also damage 3 because it's one of your low mains to use. For punishment 1 to 2. You can use 2-2. Or you can do a hog kick, let's say. You have hit, actually, you can do then a type of mix with the stance.
Okay.
We are going to talk about that later.
Yes.
Then depends also if you use a move into stance, they go into another stance, like this one, cut 4.
Okay. So, all right, let's talk about, so we talk about moves that go into stance. Show me the most useful moves in each stance.
Okay, let's start with this one, back 3+4. You pretty much, you don't have a main tool, I would say, with this character because all the time you have to react or have the opponent react. Let's say you had this one is 1, which is mid save. On counter hit even give you more damage. But when more the opponent knows the matchup, you have to mix even better. Let's say he like to sidestep, then you have 1+2. This 1+2 is actually your most safe option. It's -10 non-block, but it has tracking. The 1 doesn't have tracking, so you can sidestep this one. So yes, depends on the opponent, how much life he has, and you have to react. That's the way you are going to play with this character. The 4, the low one, this one is really good, especially when you have a hit on counter hit, this counter hit launch. He has an extension, but I never use it because it has to be on counter hit. I don't see really a reason to use it when this counter hit launch. It's -14, so you don't get the launch punish. When she has hit, this one on block is safe. Unless he maybe delays the punishment or make a throw to punish the stance, the heaven and earth. But we are going to talk also a little bit later. To mention, you have the hidden engager, but I don't recommend to use that. And you have 2-3 and 2-3-1. Which I recommend to use this on neutral as your most safe option because the 2 is 14 frames, it has a mid that's only -10, and it also has the third hit, which you can delay, and it's also -10, so it's not that risky. With this character, you have to take risks all the time.
Man, that's crazy.
Okay. let's say 1+2, I would say is the most important move, unless the opponent doesn't sidestep. If he doesn't sidestep, the 1 is the best option because it's safe.
Okay.
The 4 is the low, and the most overall safe move is 2-3, and you can mix it with the 1. This to use, let's say, an anti-rager. You do a 1-2 on hit, and you do 2-3. That is going to be anti-rager.
Nice.
Okay, let's go with another stance, this one.
4-3+4.
Yes.
Okay.
4-3+4. 4-3+4, and with this stance, you have to know like every option, being honest, because there's no one option that is going to really cover this character. You have to know what. If he doesn't want to dodge, you have the 1, which is good. But no, I'm being honest, I'm lying, because being honest, this move is he says +1, but she go into the stance, so at the same time you also have to react. Still too much, you can use this as a power cross tool, and you have the 2, which is the best move she has, because this on hit activates the hit. Then she has the 3, which is the homing option. They give you guaranteed damage and also safe. But if he like too much, let's say a jab, you are going to get launched, so be careful. You have the 4, which is a slow move, but it's really close on block. And in block, she actually has a good mix with these 2. She goes into the other stance, and that is a really good frame trap. And 1+2 is the last move, it's a low. It's -1, and it's also -18 on block, so it's really punishable. But it's your low option, so you have to consider be using. So just be careful to not get blocked with the lows. Don't let the opponent block your lows. That's all. Spam, let's say 7, 8, and 9 mids, and then 3, 2, or 1 lows, let's say.
Okay.
You have to know all the options, how to work. And the last one is this one, which I consider the worst, because it's the most hard to use, because you have to go first to cat food or horse, and then you can do this stuff. Well, what moves do you have here? You have the low, which is important, the 4, to mix the opponent. It's launch punishable on block. But it's the only lob you had, so yes, you have to use it. Then you have the 2, which is mid, knockdown on hit, it's okay. And then you have the 1, which I consider to be my favorite one. It's +2, on hit is okay. And you can even charge it, and it's even better on hit and better on block. You also have one last move, there is this one. 3-1. I never use that move because I just consider being the worst option, but it's mid on counter hit combo. And well, it's an option. You can use it if you want, but I don't recommend this one. I would use 2 or 1.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Nah, fair enough. So we're gonna get into the heat stuff afterwards, but I just want to do a quick roundup on Lidia's standing and while standing punishment. So could you just give me a quick run through for a standing punishment, 10 to 15 frames, and a while standing punishment, 10 to 15 frames, please?
Yeah, well, 1-2-2 with the 10 frame opponent, +8 on block, then you mix your opponent with the 4, with the 1, if he sides the 1+2, or if you think he's too much, you can use the 3. Okay. 2-2, which is super plus on him. It's okay, you can use it. This was flat also, so it's okay. 4-2-4, which is a really good one. Good range, good damage. Also was flat, it's okay. For 13 frames, sometimes you need like a fast mid, like say when you block down forward 2-3 of Brian, it has some pushback, it's -13.
Yeah.
You got down forward 1-2, natural on hit, it's okay, the damage.
Okay.
So you have to know that one. The political storm, forward 1+2, 3, 1+2. If you do on the last 2 hit quarter circle forward 1+2 is going to do more damage. You see the blue spark. 43 is just do the easy option with no quarter circle forward. You're going to do like 5 points less of damage. Yes, 5 points less of damage.
Okay. She even says something different. I've never heard her say something different before.
Yes, in Tekken 7 you can do to the 4 hit and don't do the last hit, but in this game if you do the 4 hit you have to do the 5 hit.
Ah, okay. And then her last one, 15 frames?
Yes, she has 2 50 frames that I'm going to mention. The hot hit, which is your mid 50 frame launcher, which let's say you are playing versus Dragon, if he use down 2 and down high crush, and you want to, let's say, with punish, what you want to do the hot hit. And for when you block a minus 15, 3-2 is your best option. She has a blue spar also if you do it correct, but it's only 2 points more for damage, so it's like pretty much whatever. But this rule is your most damaging 50 frame bonus.
Ah, so that one is 3-2 and then up 4-4-4. Okay, fair enough. And then while standing?
Yeah. While standing, she has for 11 to 15 everything. So while standing for 2, which is going to stance.
Yeah.
Full cap PS2, this one is important because it has good range. A lot of characters doesn't have a minus 11 low, let's say like versus Kazuya. So
Yeah.
if you play versus Kazuya, you can do full craft PS2 versus all his low and disactivate hit. And it's good, it's good. Activate hit with this character, I would say is important, especially when you are on level 1, level 2, and level 3. So considering that, also was flat. Was standing 1-2. I never used this one because I had was standing 1-4, which knocks down and do 2 points more so damage. And also was flat. Okay. And you had was standing 3. I never used this one, but it's a good one because for a specific minus 14 lows, you get a lot more of damage. You get a guaranteed 4-4 1+2. Or you can do 4-4-3. It's a little more easy to do and give it a better Oki. So keep that in mind. And the was standing launcher, 50 frame, was standing 2, good range. Okay, it's normal. Everything okay. So those are all the punishment that this character had. If you want to optimize the character, you should be using all the punishment.
Nice. All right, we're gonna get into heat and what this character does in heat. So let's both activate heat and see what's going on. She has a stance, heaven and earth, right? So that's by tapping. Is it tapping up after you go into stance?
Yes. When you are in stance, you have to hold up.
Ah, okay. And it's got parry, right? So all moves, right?
Yes, that parry even move the jump like hotkeys. That parry that, and I think she even parry elbows, attack with the knee or the head.
Whoa.
And the trick to deal with this is, let's say you delay your punishment, or you make a throw. The throw is anti-heaven and earth. That's the name of the stance.
And yeah, so you got okay. Let's do it. Ah, you can't break the throw.
If you do a throw, that is a counter hit that you can break.
Ah, okay. This. What about does she parry swords as well?
Sorry, what?
Sword. So like Victor's sword, like forward 1+2.
Maybe you mean our big one?
No, yeah, like you know when Victor does forward 1+2, the sword.
Yes.
Can she parry that as well?
Being honest, I'm not sure, but I think yes.
Oh, okay, cool. No worries, no worries. All right, so then talk me through Lidia in heat. Like, what stuff does she have access to? What's the new stuff that she has?
Well, there are 2 important moves. War Running 1, which is also anti-parry, and anti-power crush, which is really good. and 442. Those are the two moves that you are going to spam pretty much. While running one, if you do it, she's going to go into auto stance, into 7 and air. But if you want to cancel, you can do while running one and hold back. If you do the while running and hold back, she's not going to go into stance, so you're going to keep the hit. Most of the time, I recommend using the auto stance, but on block is a fake mix, so also depends on how much the opponent knows. Let's say you do one running one, and I do the 2 or the 1+2. That's the mix I like to use. I never use the 1 because I consider it risky. I consider also this mid is really good. The chip they make, you are in +6, so you don't risk using that move. But in specific versus that move, if the opponent sides the right and dog, the opponent is going to beat every mix Lidia makes, unless you make a delay. Again, one more time, you have to see how the opponent reacts, how much does he know the matchup, and how well he can react. Try to do the war running one with hit. One, she go into another stance and try to do the 2. Again, we are in a 2 bar, so you see, you can sidestep that. And if the opponent also make the dog, he's going to be the unblockable.
Okay. Do you want me to do the unblockable this time?
Yes.
Okay. Whoa!
So it's a fake mix. With this character, if the opponent knows what to do versus the mix, it can be hard. You have to see all the time how he reacts, how the opponent reacts.
Okay. So like...
Well, other important one is 442. 442, great tool. This doesn't have tracking, so you have to consider that. If you do it in close distance, it's going to be more hard for the opponent to sidestep. If you do it to, let's say, too far away, you're giving too much time to the opponent to sidestep or sidewalk, so be careful with that one. You have to use this one because she pretty much doesn't have too many tools. So when you hit this one on hit, it gives you two guaranteed options. Get hit. You have the 2-1, which go into heaven and earth. You can cancel if you want, but I never cancel that one unless I'm playing versus a specific character or versus someone who like to parry too much, because this one is +8. Right here is +8, and if I do the mid, it's 30 frames, so it hit on the frame 5. Okay. So most of the characters that have a parry, they can parry this one. That if you are playing, let's say, versus Kazuya, a character who doesn't have a parry, it's like a perfect frame time. There's nothing he can do, nothing. He cannot sidestep, he cannot power cross, nothing.
Okay.
But let's say I'm playing versus, let's say, Lee or Lau, who has or Clive, who has a 5 frames parry. He can parry this one. So in that case, I would prefer to use the 1. And most of the time, being honest, I just prefer the 1. Why? Because when I use the 1, I'm +16. And this is a guarantee, and I can do a super really good frame trap, which is this one.
Whoa!
The 1, and in a +10. So I'm doing a frame trap in a +16 into a +10. So that is really good, especially with the character Kata parry. Only maybe Shin and Azucena, I think, has parry the activation on frame 3. So unless you are playing versus those characters, this frame trap is perfect into perfect frame trap. So you're going to chip a lot the opponent. Take the chip.
That is crazy. That frame trap is so horrible. Whoa!
All that hit damage, and you are in a block 6. So I think that one is really good, and most of the time I just prefer the one, you know.
I'm not gonna lie, I never really thought about using one as a like. That is a big like. That's a high level Lidia thing because like usually it's like everyone just goes for 2 out of heaven and earth, and then it's get +6. But because of all of that mix, they're gonna be scared to move or press a button.
Yes, and there's almost nothing the opponent can really do, being honest, and according to the character, there's nothing you can do unless you are playing, let's say, versus a Shin, so the parry activates on the frame 3. Okay, Shin can parry that, but most of the character cannot.
That is crazy. All right, cool. So I just want to like talk about, I'd say 3 or 4 of her moves that she has in Heat where she could go into heaven and off. Cause I know she has up forward 4-4 where she could tap up, right? And then you've got like down back 3 as well. Down back 3 you can tap up like that. But is there 2 other moves that you have that you could go into heaven and earth while Lidia is in Heat?
No, you mentioned the other important move there is the hot kit because this on block, if you do the heaven and earth on block is safe unless he delay the punish or he make a throw, so it's a mix. So it's actually good to do a hotkey when you have hit because the opponent doesn't know if you are going to do the heaven and earth or no. So you just throw and it's a mix on block.
Okay.
The counter pick of this one is again the throw, but if you don't decide to go into heaven and earth, you can break the throw easy.
Okay.
And down back 3, the thing with down back 3, being honest, you have to see the opponent also respect you too much to do this. When you are on hit, you have a really good frame trap. There is the 2. The 2 hit with hit is a hit dash and also launch on hit. So I think it's really good. And it's a really good frame trap. Unless the opponent sidestep. If he sidestep, you are going to do the 3. You have to see all the time how the opponent reacts.
Okay. And then there's I think the one more, which is, we spoke about this earlier, which is the running one, that it automatically goes into heaven and earth unless you hold back. So I'd say what, those are the 3 ones that you could, 3 moves that you can go into heaven and earth?
Yes, I would say those are the 3 most important moves that you are going to use on neutral. You can do down back 3 you want, but one more time, it depends how the opponent reacts.
Interesting. Okay, and then last but not least, we'll talk about like her heat. So as you can see, she has a 0 stack when she starts off the match, but every time she goes into her heat and then goes into heaven and earth, she builds a stack, right? That's how it works.
Yes.
So if I do like this, 1, and then, you know, once that heat is gone, they'll go on to the next round. So you then go again, and then again. And then like, once you get to like level 1, 2, and 3, it increases, does it increases her throw, right? So that's 1. It increases her throw.
Yes, it one specific move, the 1+2 throw is going to do more damage. Also the kick.
Oh, sorry. Wow.
Okay, there, the down 1+2, that one also is going to do more damage and you are going to restore more health. And then, of course, the heaven and earth move, like the 2, you are going to see when you are on level 3, the Shin head smash wall carry.
Okay, so oh, and it wall splats as well. It does that. Okay.
Yes,
all right. And then running 1 is another one, right? It does more damage, right? Oh, at least I think it does. No? It doesn't do more damage?
No, it's the same. The thing that is going to do more damage is when you hit this one. And that the one is going to do more damage, and then down 1+2 is going to do more damage, and you are going to have more heal.
Okay. And then and then the throw does. Okay, actually.
Yes,
yours does 46. Okay, so when level 1 42, level 2 would be 44, and level 3 would be 46.
Yeah, something like that.
Interesting. Okay, cool. So, all right. Give me your. All right. So, right. Moving away from heat, we ain't spoke about the. What's the heat engagers? What's the go-to heat engagers you use?
That one is the main tool, I would say. Also one of the 5 most important tools. This move doesn't have tracking, but on block is +2, and it's also cheap.
It's cheap.
It's okay. It's okay. No, it's cheap on block. Cheap damage. Also, I consider it a good tool on Okiseme situation when the opponent is on the ground and he want to get up, and you go in the mix with back 1 or down back 3+4 also to hit grounder -3, or you go into a low like down 2 or down back 3.
Okay. So then, like, okay, so we use back 1. What's the other ones? Oh, she has forward 1 plus. So she has this as another heat engager, right? And then
also a very important thing, in the first round, the best thing that can happen to the Lidia player is connect the 4/4 into 2. Why? Because you do that damage, you activate hit, and you don't delete all your bar on the level 1. This is the only way to not delete your complete bar on the first level, because if you go into any other option, you are going to lose the bar.
Straight away, yes, that makes sense.
Yes. Being honest, this is not going to happen in every fight, of course. There are going to be first round that you are not going to hit the 4/4-2. So you can go into a random pocket and do the Heaven and Earth, or I also recommend the Head Smash. Let's say I connect a hit engager, then I can go into auto Head Smash. You say, well, you are going to delete the bars that fast? Yes, I delete the bar because I want to increase the level of Heaven and Earth. On the first round.
That makes sense. That actually makes sense. Wow. Okay. Fair enough. And then, like, is there any other moves that's notable that we should be using for heat engager? Because from what I know, it just seems like back 1 is it, and political storm. But is there any other moves I should know about? Oh, and not this one. Is it this one? Which is...
I don't consider that move that important. I think back 1, the 2, and political storm are the 3 most important. Also, if you want to use the last hit, back 1 launch. Political storm is really good on neutral because of the tracking. They give you a guaranteed damage, and the damage is really high for being a 14 frame. It has that range and that tracking and that speed. I think it's really good. And of course, the 2 is going to give you a combo, and you can use it as a frame trap with the damage 3. Boom. And then you launch the opponent. So those 3 are the most important, I would say.
Nice. All right. So I want to get your honest opinion about, like, where you think Lidia will be in Tekken 8 Season 2. Because we're close to Season 2 right now. Not many people are playing Lidia at the moment. But, like, do you feel like Lidia will, like, change in Season 2 dramatically? Or do you think she will always be placed in the low tier because of her move list?
It's hard to say because, being honest... being honest, I don't like too much the character. I mean, I win some tournaments with her, but it was just one moment specific, you know. I would hope she gets some nerf, some buff, for the Liga players, but being honest, I don't care too much.
Ah, okay. So, what characters are you looking at the moment? Cause I know you like to dance around the character select screen, and you like to use various different characters. Who are you using at the moment?
Yes, I reached 21 God of Destruction. Right now I'm playing Clay. I'm quite disappointed with the new patch and the 4-1+2 nerf, but it's okay. It was too OP, so okay. But now I want to be the first one in the world to reach 999 points with Clay. So I'm with Clay right now. I already had 4 tournaments with him. I win the 4 tournaments, so pretty happy.
That's crazy. You have 21 God of Destructions.
21, yeah.
Yeah, see, this guy's not playing around. Listen, you having 21 God instructions is absolutely crazy. But yeah, man, I respect it, man. That's strong Tekken right there.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's the end of the Teach Me episode, everyone. I hope you lot enjoy.
No, one more thing we had to see. One more thing before. We had to check the wall a little bit.
Okay.
Can you respond on the wall?
Let's go to the wall. Hold on, we're gonna change it.
The last one thing. Then if you want to check some combos, you can go into YouTube and put Lidia combos, and that's pretty much it. We try to cover the options that you need to use and why.
Okay, so do you want to swap and I go to the wall?
Yes. Switch the side.
Okay. Okay. Switch positions. Yeah.
Okay. Your first tool, of course, that one, because this was bad, also getting nature. You had War Running 1, also was flat. And then in crouch, you can do a mix into full crouch DS3, which on clean hit give you a guarantee 4-4-3. You can do full crouch DS2. You can do one standing 1-4. You can do one standing 3 also. And that's pretty much it. This character, I would say, the only complex thing that she had is to learn to use the stance. That's all. When you know why you are going to use the 1, why you are going to use the 2, that's pretty much it. There's nothing more to say. With this character, you use DS1, DS2, you block and you react what the opponent is going to do. That's pretty much it.
All right, wicked, man. Well, listen, LeeMishima, thank you very, very much for doing this episode of Teach Me. We've definitely tried over, 2 months to try and get this organized. I know we've both been very, very busy. But we got it done. And listen, it's an honor to...
Finally, mate.
Yeah, we find that it's an honor to share this space to do this content with you, man. I really appreciate it, man. So I wanted to say, like, for people that don't know where you are in the world, which country are you in right now?
Argentina.
Argentina, man. That is crazy. Argentina. So, like, all right, if people want to find you on social media, where can they find you? Are you on YouTube, Twitch?
Yes,
X?
I've been using Twitch the last 4 days. I started to use Twitch. I've been showing in LeeMishima. And I also like to use a lot Twitter and all LeeMishima.
All LeeMishima. All right, wicked, man. Can we expect you in the Tekken World Tour 2025?
That's the idea. I hope.
All right, wicked, man. Well, listen, again, thank you very much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, for everyone that's watching, remember to subscribe. We're gonna be trying to complete it before season 2 starts. So yeah, leave your comments in the comment section down below, and we'll be on to the next video. Thank you. All right, sick, man. With LeeMishima, we got it done finally, man.
Finally. I'm really happy with this one.
Nah, this one was really good. I can't even lie. Like, I'm actually really happy with this one. Like, even though you don't play the character, there was a lot that was said. Even for me, because like I've got Lidia I got her to go to destruction, then I lost it. But I might take a good Supreme Minute. I'm probably gonna get it back today, to be fair. So
I hope.
yeah, so I'm gonna start trying. I'm trying to climb with the God of Destructions again, and watching that video, even like understanding more things about the characters. Like, yeah, I think it'll be good, man. But you say you play Clive, we might can do another one in the future. To be fair, because
I reach 999 points. I'm going to be the first one. Trust me.
Oh my gosh. All right, wicked, man. Well, you know, I'm going to leave you to it. But yeah, thank you very much for this, man. I really appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. See you next time.
All right, see you next time. Take it easy, man. Peace.